Hey, Jeremy here from LATT SEO. In this video, I'm walking through an audit I did for a prospect to share with them a number of different elements that can be improved and cleaned up on their site from an SEO perspective to help them generate more organic traffic, rank better, and likely generate more revenue as well. Let's get into it. I want to share with you a couple of data points about your website from an SEO perspective that can help you get more traffic, generate more sales from SEO or from Google search. And before I get into a couple of those data points, I want to just share with you on my website here, LattSEO.com, you can check out this case study for a Shopify site we helped grow by 348% over a 5-year period with year-over-year compounding growth. So definitely something we can do. And a lot of what I'm mentioning in this video are elements that we work on and can help to improve on your site as well. So that being said, let's look at some data here in this tool called Ahrefs. And there's so many different data points in here if you're unfamiliar, but the two big ones I want to mention first before we look at keywords are referring domains. And a referring domain is a unique instance of a different website on the internet linking to you. And the reason I mention these is because Google looks at these as votes of confidence. So as a website owner or manager, you want to have other websites linking to your site because Google sees that and views that then as votes of confidence or trust signals. So that being said, also, as you get more sites linking to you, your DR or domain rating tends to increase as well. Now, this is on a 0 to 100 scale and essentially lets us know how strong or how authoritative a site is, but also how competitive or difficult a keyword or phrase is likely to be to rank for. So that being said, let's look at some keyword data here, and then we'll get into what can actually be done for a specific product for you. And this is something that we would look at on a page by page and collection by collection basis. But I just want to give you as much details, data, and value as possible in a short period of time. So this chart here shows all keywords your site is ranking for in Google. You can see 1,759. And I have this sorted by search volume per month. And we can look at some of these other ones here to determine whether or not they would actually make sense. And it looks like the stadium pod chair here is ranking for a number of different keywords like stadium seats, stadium chairs, bleacher seats, things like that. But from an expectation perspective, when you think about somebody who's typing in stadium seats, they are very unlikely to be looking for the product here, this product on your site, which is fine. We'll get to the actual keyword targeting here in a second. So the whole reason for bringing that up is if somebody's looking for stadium seats and we work to rank this for that key phrase, we're going to have some kind of disconnect probably and have a reduction in click-through rate and an increase in bounce rate, which we don't want. So my recommendation would be to target something that is much more relevant for this key phrase, like bleacher seats with back support or stadium seats with backs. And we can look at a number of other keyword opportunities related to this as well. So if we just look at bleacher seats with back support and look at all keywords that also included there, there's actually only 7 here because it's such a specific target key phrase. But if we look at bleacher seats with support, the reason for that is twofold. Number one, it is a super direct key phrase for somebody who is looking for what you're offering. Secondly, you're already at number 19 for this key phrase. And then thirdly, if we look at who's actually ranking for this, so we can see what kind of potential we have and what needs to be done to improve your site. So first thing I like to do is look at DR, and DR, again, 0 to 100 scale lets us know if this is something that we can even compete for within this key phrase here. So we have Amazon at number 196. Then we have Strong Back Chair 21, Cascade Mountain Tech 35, Target 91, Walmart 91, Travel Leisure 88, Academy.com 76, and you're down here at DR 30. So you're actually stronger than the number 2 ranking site for this key phrase. Now, other things that can impact your ability to rank is if we look at the page itself and we look at the title, and if I do a search for title here, this is the code that Google looks at when they're determining what your website should rank for. And you can see here, your title is Stadium Seats for Sale, Bleacher Seats. So this, to me, there's a disconnect here because you're attempting to rank for bleacher seats with back support. And that's what this product provides. And it's optimized for something completely different. So that would be something to work on and make sure it is optimized correctly for. Secondly, the product here, the title, portable 2-in-1 stadium seat with back support and folding legs. This is relevant and is way more relevant than the title here in the code. So absolutely something that I would recommend making sure this is optimized correctly and targeted correctly based on what you want to rank for, and not just targeting a broad key phrase. Because again, we're going to have some kind of disconnect, an increase in bounce rate and a reduction in conversion if there's a disconnect there. So absolutely would recommend that. Next thing then would be to make sure the content is optimized correctly. And this is, you have some content here and you have specs and customization info, shipping. I would recommend making it so that we include additional keywords and phrases in here. And as an example, if we look at stadium seats with backs and some other variations like that, to make sure that we are including those variations so we can target and rank for those as well on the same page. We don't need to have different pages for every single one of those variations. And then lastly, and potentially most importantly, would be working to bridge the gap from a linking perspective. And what I mean by that is, I mentioned to you DR and links initially. The other factor that Google looks at is not only links to your website as a whole, but on a page by page basis. And that's where this domains column comes into play. So you can see Amazon here has 0, but it's one of the strongest domains on the internet. So they're going to rank for just about anything. Then we have Strong Backshare. They have 2, Cascade Mountain 51, 8, 13, 3, and you have 0. So the other way to look at this is there are 0 other websites on the internet voting to Google that you should rank for this key phrase. So it's going to be extremely difficult for you to rank for that, especially when all the other sites ranking above you have other websites voting and linking to them to prove to Google that they should rank for those key phrases. So those are the factors I would absolutely recommend cleaning up. And just as a quick conclusion, my process is basically goes through and looks at every single page on your site, collections, products, content pages, blog posts, making sure everything is set up and optimized correctly for you so that Google understands what you should be ranking for. And then we work to internally link everything on your site and basically just optimize the entire site for you. Hope you got some value from that video. If you did, subscribe to my channel. It would help me out. I'd appreciate it. And if you're looking for help with your SEO, fill out the contact form in the description or in the comment section of the video here. And I'll take a look at your website, your details, and see how I can best help you improve your organic SEO, generate more traffic, and improve your revenue as well.